When I arrived at the start of the event and getting prepared, you know, I've never done a race organized by the Freedom Challenge crew, but I knew the hardcore events, and so there was a massive element of the unknown, and 700 Ks with 12,500 meters of vert is a long way, and my time on my bike has been limited, so I was a bit undercooked going in. So yeah, I was quite nervous because I had a lot of people, you know, following me and backing me, and I was riding for a cause. So I knew that there was a lot of eyes watching me, and although it's motivation, it is a bit of pressure on you, you know, to perform, and that adds a bit to the, I wouldn't call it anxiety, but it adds to the nerves, you know, knowing that you don't want to let people down, and you're spending time away from your family, away from your job, but you still got the whole route to do. You haven't even started.
For myself, Julia's probably the most reliable on the phone, which is not very reliable, but we're here for you. Enjoy yourselves. It is 9 a.m. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your way. Come on.
Look, with 12,500 meters of advertised elevation, which it was actually much more at the end of the day, more like over 16,000 meters, you know, when you hit that first proper climb where you just got no more gears left, and it's day one, it's right in the beginning of the race, and you're off your bike and you're pushing, and you can't see where the climb ends, then you just realize, yo, okay, this is not going to be an easy journey. But you know, when you look up and you see every other rider pushing their bike up ahead of you, then you realize this is par for the course. It's not just you, it's the route, and that's what's to be expected. So you get into that mind shift. But reality does set in, and you realize that although you're on a nice gravel road at that stage, there's no free kilometers. Hello. This is completely off. Told me I'm only on 96.7. This checkpoint's supposed to be 108. It's some lack of single track and forestry roads. They climb from 73 to 80 or whatever it was. Yeah, that was tough. We pushed our bikes for about 5 Ks. Maybe 3, but it felt like 10. So that was a bit of mind boggle, and hot day, but we're here. Let's see what food they got. I'm hungry. I haven't that much food. Bit of a twist in the tail here to climb some steps. Good afternoon. With this race being an unsupported format, there was no, you had to purchase your food along the route, you had to use spaza shops and, you know, and any accommodation along the route. If you go past the garage, you buy your food from the garage, you use water out of the community taps. But there were 5 checkpoints en route, and at these checkpoints you could actually buy a meal or something to eat from, you know, from the local people that are manning these stations, and all these funds that they generate goes to either it's a school or a mission or things like that. And I must admit, I didn't carry much food during the race because my idea was to make use of the local, whatever I could purchase locally. And from the first aid station to the last aid station, the people were super hospitable, really welcoming. The food was great, especially, I have to mention that at Checkpoint 2, Vuvu School, exceptional meals. We had beef and rice and chicken and potato salad and beetroot, and there was even pudding, and all this is made in rural areas, and it was proper food. And the highlight of my race was the baqueñas, the fat cooks that they make on site there. So I punished those fat cook. I think I had at every checkpoint, I had about 2 or 3 of them with honey on, and then I packed one on for the route for the next station. So super beautiful people, great hearts, and a lot of concern. And it was also great, going into local homes and having a meal there, and just seeing how people live. And one of the highlights of my race was the bucket shower, proper bucket shower at Vuvu School, with a drum and a bucket of hot water, and just getting rid of the dust of the day. You just feel like a new human. So yeah, I was blown away by the hospitality of the local gogos, as they call themselves. And I ate properly. I actually thought I was going to put on weight on this race. I was super surprised to find that on this route I had quite a lot of cell phone reception on areas, and this was almost made me feel at ease that I had contact with home, contact with people that I look up to and that I love. And I think I phoned my wife, I don't know how many times, FaceTimed them. I got messages. What blew my mind is I got messages from people at all hours of the morning motivating me, telling me to move on. 3 o'clock in the morning I would get WhatsApps from guys, yeah, you're going strong and doing well, keep on going on. And I promise you, it was like jet fuel in my system. Every message just uplifted my spirits and just motivated me to keep on moving. To be honest, at stages, if it wasn't for that, I would have just found a tree next to the side of the road and slept for an hour or 2 or 3. So just having that support was super motivating. So being a father of a young child and knowing that my wife is sitting at home, with all the responsibilities, I do get feelings of guilt when I do these type of things. But I know that I need to do this for my own sanity and to make me a better person at home. And there's nothing that makes you appreciate your family and your house and what you've got than being away from them and being stripped of all the comforts. It's easy to take things for granted. But when you're out there, you just realize how important these people are in your life. And it is selfish because I'm alone out there and I'm doing these things, but it's also unselfish in that you know, I'm not going to be around forever. I'm 52 years old. I've got a son that's 19 months old. That's my legacy to him. I want him to, one day when I'm not there, look back and say, yes, but my dad used to do these things, and it's okay to do these things. It's okay to do things that people don't understand. They ask why. Why does he want to do this? Why would he do this? Is he getting paid for it? No, it's not that. I'm celebrating the fact that I have the ability, the health, and the mobility to be able to do things like that. I had COVID last year. I wasn't so sick from the disease, but the after effects were devastating. I couldn't train for 3.5 months. It's like this, that your ability to do these things is taken away from you. Look here, I would love to do the freedom challenge, but I'll do it like sleeping over at the spot. Let's actually race this thing this week.
With no sleep now.
One day. No, geez. That was epic, eh?